Good afternoon, students. So today I will discuss about the international system of and the units of that international system. We already know about the some system of units like MKS unit, CGS unit and FPS unit. And we know that in MKS system, for when we measure the mass, we use the unit as kilogram. When we measure the length, we use the unit as meter. When we measure the time, we use the unit as second. But in CGS system, for mass, length and time, if we talk about the mass, length and time, for MKS system we use the unit for mass as kilogram or small kg. For length we use the unit as meter, small m. For time we use the unit as second or s. But for CGS system, for mass, when we measure the mass, we use the unit as gram, small g. For length, we use the unit as centimeter, cm. And for time, we use the unit as second, s. And for FPS system, when we measure the mass, we use the unit as pound, pound, pound. And for pound we write lb. We use, when we measure the length, we use the unit as foot and we write ft. For time it is second or s. Now in 20th century, MKS system become more popular than any other system. And another things, for any experimental purpose, for any commercial purpose, there must be need one single system, because if we trade something, then some country uses CGS system, some country uses MKS system, some countries people uses FPS system, and if they trade to each other, they prove some scientific theories and exchange it to each other, then there arises some problems for interconversion, for conversion between the units. If they use a single system of units, then this problem did not arise. For that purpose, scientists came to meet a conference in Paris of France, and this conference occurred in 1960, and this name of that conference is General Conference of Weights and Measures. This conference name is General Conference of Weights and Measures. General Conference of Weights and Measures, which will occur in 1960 in Paris, France. And in that conference, after some discussion, it came an specific unit for all over the world. This unit is called International System of Unit. International System of Units. This international system, for that international system of units is known as SI system. This international system is known as SI system. Now in SI system, as we are 7 fundamental quantities. So in SI system there have 7 units for 7 fundamental quantities, which these are, we know that 7 fundamental quantities are, if I talk about the fundamental quantities, these 7 fundamental quantities are length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, and amount of substance. Now for length, in SI system we use the unit as, for length, meter. It is symbolized as m. For mass we use the unit as kilogram. It is symbolized as small k, small g. For time we use the system as second, SECOND, and we use small s. For electric current we use the unit as ampere, write like that, AMPERE, so all are in small, and for symbol we write capital A. For temperature we write Kelvin, all in small, KELVIN, and for symbol we write capital K. For luminous intensity we use candela unit, candela, and we write small c and small d. And for amount of substance we use the unit as mole, MOLE, and we symbolize it as small MOL. Clear? That is the SI units or SI system. Now after SI system, they are using this SI system, there are some multiples and submultiples unit for specific units like length, mass, time, this type of units. So when we measure the mass, length, time, or any capacity, volume, the like liter, capacity or volume of like liter unit, that means for liquid, when we measure the volume of a liquid we use liter unit. So for that liter or capacity or volume we use some multiples and submultiples unit, which these are, these multiples and submultiple units. We have to know what are the multiples unit and what are the submultiples unit. Like that, for length, if I talk about the for length, now the unit of length, general unit of length is meter for SI system, meter. Now if there are some multiples like that, if you multiply 10 times with the meter, we can call this unit as decameter and write it like that, DAM. When we multiply 10 times, that means 10 meter is equal to 1 decameter. When we multiply 100 times like that, multiple with 100 times, we use this unit, that means 100 meter used at hectometer. This prefix we use for multiples. These are the multiples, and for these multiples we use this type of prefix, deca, hecto, and hectometer is symbolized as hm. For multiplying 1000 times for meter, that means 1000 meter, we can say that is kilometer, and we write km, small k small m. For multiplying 10 lakh times, like that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 zeros, 1 and 6 zeros, unit, tenth, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakh and 10 lakh. For multiplying 10 lakh times, we use another prefix, megameter, and we write capital M small m, megameter. These are the multiples of unit, and there have some multiples also. There have some submultiples also. Multiples, like that. When we divide by 10, when we divide this meter by 10, we can write this as decimeter. Decimeter. That means the prefix we use is, we use the prefix as deci. Here mega, here kilo, hecto, deca. These prefix are used for multiples. Here for submultiples we use deci, and we write dm. For dividing this meter by 100, we can use these submultiples like that, centimeter, and write like that, cm. Clear? Write like that. This is the symbol cm. Now when we divide this meter with 1000, we can write it as millimeter. Millimeter, millimeter, meter, and we write mm. These are the prefix we use for submultiples. When we divide by 10 lakh, like that. When we multiply by 10 lakh, we use megameter. When we divide by 10 lakh, we can use this submultiple prefix for that submultiple as micrometer. And we write the symbol as like that. This is mu, m. This is mu, a Latin symbol. Like U, there have a line. This is mu, and mu m is the symbol of micrometer. There are some multiples and submultiples units are there. For length, similarly for mass, we use gram as the unit. Then when we multiply this gram with 10, we can write decagram, with 100 hectogram, with 1000 kilogram, with 10 lakh megagram. And for submultiple, when we divide this gram by 10, we can write decigram, divide by 100 centigram, divide by 1000 milligram, divide by 10 lakh microgram. Similarly, for capacity or volume, we use unit liter, and for multiples, 10 multiplying by 10 liter, we can multiplying by 10, we get 10 liter. We can write this is as decaliter. Multiplying by 100, that means 100 liter, we can write hectoliter. Multiplying by 1000, we can write kiloliter. Multiplying by 10 lakh, we can write megaliter. Dividing by 10 for liter, we can write deciliter. Dividing by 100, we can write centiliter. Dividing by 1000, we can write milliliter, and dividing by 10 lakh, we can write it as microliter. Clear? These are the multiples and submultiples of that units, and these are the prefix we use for multiples and submultiples. For multiples, deca, hecto, kilo, mega, and for submultiples, deci, centi, milli, micro. Clear? Thank you for that class.